What's up? What's good? What's happening? Alright, so taking a little break from BTM because I've watched a ton of videos from them, but also because I'm going to do a breakdown on Friday of Alex versus Steve because the trilogy. Although I could do a Lumi video, but I'm not sure yet. Anyways, I want to just take a break, and someone in the comments mentioned how I mentioned about Evion and responding to abstract movement. So Evion video out, and then he lost. So I thought, okay, let's see. That's a 2-on-2 as well. And Evion and Nikel, I know they've battled each other, so the energy compatibility should be decent because they should know each other's like kind of movements and that. And then obviously the brothers in that, Kuty and Jamal, Prince Jamal. Oh, okay. Anyways, let's get to it. Countdown. Oh, if you don't go first kind of thing. Okay. Okay. Nice. Okay. Oh. Okay. That was good. Alright. It's a reaction. So I gotta save it at the end. Okay, power through it. Oh! Alright. Nice. One groove, one concept. Okay. Yo, hold up. Oh, okay. That was phrased a lot better. Ooh. Okay. Nice. Yeah. Whoa. That. Yeah. 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 What the fuck? You see what I'm saying? It's just like zoop, bang. Oh. Ooh. Yeah. Did it? bit. Ooh. Yeah. Nice. And it. And it. Nice. Yeah, nice. Ooh, I would give it to Jamal. And yeah, I would give it to Jamal and Kuty because Jamal clearly won his round against Nikel, and Kuty's and Evion's could be seen as a tie. Because Evion, starting reverse, Evion was able to keep the abstractness in terms of grooving through the song, but he also made sure he had like a good foundational groove with it. And the name of this battle is Kill the Beat, right? So you have to put in beat kills. And he did. And then at the very end, that last sequence where he literally was on the floor, which was a dope transition, by the way. And then from the floor, he did a move, and then he turned that into a groove. And then, hold on, there's a groove there. And then he grooved, and then he grooved again, and then he did a groove into a variation of that, which went into flow, and then he went into the handstand, and then he caught the doom doom. Like, this is what I'm saying. I'm saying. And it was abstract movement in the sense of it wasn't traditional bounce. It was like it was a combination of bounce and flow to get onto the floor. And then it was a combination of rocking and skating when he was doing the groove. That's why I say abstract. Abstract is basically a unification of foundational movements, which are kind of on one plane, up and down, right. Flow is kind of internal. But when you combine it to flow and up and down, like that, then it's waving, which is like. But this is what I'm saying. This all this stuff has to be categorized, and it's very easy to do this. And I don't want to do it in the camera because it's like, if you're good at anything, make sure they pay you for it. And I've been giving away a lot of free information. I realized that when I was talking to a friend of mine, I was just like breaking down like musical sequence and dance sequence as like a unification. And he was like, bro, what the frick? I was like, hey man, I don't know. I see this. And I like, anyways, enough of me glazing my own dick. So that Kuty responded to Evion's abstract movement by having flow and abstract movement, but it wasn't as abstract, so he couldn't respond to that. It was very grounded and it was great musically how he matched, so he had that as well going for him, as well as at the end. Wow, that is a mouthful. Where he did the slide and then he caught it, like that was nice. So it was a response to the ability to catch the music, but in terms of like the abstractness, no. So I say that was like fairly a tie, right? A little bit to Evion, but fairly a tie. Jamal and Nikel was like his phrasing wasn't as well put together. His movement, groove, musicality on point. But the transition between where he was changing like statements, it was a bit like, whoa, wait, what? It was very off-putting how he like it would change, but you're like, whoa, what? The shock, I think, is what he's going for. So that's cool. But because I think he hasn't refined it yet, or he's trying to figure out how to do it so that the audience gets it, it comes off a bit as unorganized. And so Jamal, who's just learning, right? Because he's bleeding through phrases doing the one concept. So when you bleed through a phrase, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You do a finishing, or you do like a statement on the 8. You bleed through the phase when you keep your groove going through that count of 7, 8. The music will do something, you should do something, but if you don't, and you're doing the same move, you're bleeding through the phase. Anyways, he had that concept where he was like grooving with his hands within his lane of his chest, right? So he's doing that, grooving, bleeding through phrases, just doing his thing, finding moments to stop and expand, and everyone's like, oh, okay, he's really like trying to understand himself and find something. So he's digging, he finds it, boom, does it, bah. Everyone's like, okay, and then he put it on the beat, boom, it was like, nice. Then he expanded it, went back in, did a groove, caught the groove with his teammate for the 2v2. It's like, oh snap, 2v2, groove it out, boom, finish. It was like, yeah, it was a lot more well put together than Nikel's, even though Nikel's level and quality of movement was a lot higher. Even variations of that movement was a lot higher. Because Jamal was well presented and he included his teammate, it's like, it's a 2v2. You gotta resonate with your teammate. So yeah, that is why Kuty, yeah, completely understandable. But yeah, man, that's anyways, yeah, that was dope. Good reaction, good movements, good exchange, good battle. It was a nice friendly battle, you know. It was cool. Yeah. Anyways, until the next video, which I think it doesn't matter what it is, because I'll just peace.